Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Oh my god, I was just doing this other video. Girl, imagine the audio was literally like this. Hi, like it's not bad, but it's like you can't really hear me. So I'm gonna just make sure that I have the mic literally in my hand because girl, why not? So basically, what I was saying is, yeah, I hope everyone is really well. I hope everyone has had a lovely week so far. Today is Friday, Ashe. Friday. Can we look at the beat? Gag. Anyway, so yeah, did the makeup cunt. But yeah, no, so basically today I'm going to be talking about working with the energies of Venus and how to align with your inner goddess self and to feel beautiful and internally and externally, of course. So let's get straight to it. Working with Venus is not just allowing you to feel your inner beauty, but to also see the beauty outside. You can work with them a few ways, either by the planet, you know, the planet Venus in the actual world, science and spirit mixed together. You can work with a goddess that represents the planet Venus, mine being ocean, and you can be working with an element that represents Venus, which is earth and water, and I would say fire as well. I would also say air, basically all the elements. Anyway, but I would say majority, like a lot of goddesses that represent beauty, love, fertility, all of the wonderful things as a divine feminine is usually water. So I would say connecting with water is definitely gonna like expand your horizons, just by connecting with water, by the way, not putting that emphasis of working with Venus, but just working with things that correspond with that planet will really help you align to that energy and to feel that intuitive self. Because really and truly, working with the planet Venus, you're working on the beauty of your life, whether that's financially, physically, internally. I would say when you internalize it, it obviously will have more of a reaction, because it's your inner being that is feeling that energy, not anything external. You can go for the external things. There's nothing wrong with that. But someone as me, I always found it more fulfilling to work internally and how to feel that beauty within, and then think about the stuff outside. You know. So I wouldn't like. Usually, I do a meditation and I pray and I cleanse before I do anything. You know, my makeup, my hair, because you want to make sure that you're on a certain energy. It doesn't even have to be a high frequency. You want to just feel calm. You want to feel relaxed. You want to be able to receive. You want to feel open. It's kind of like foreplay. You know, you want to feel yourself open. Like, but yeah. Oh yeah. Excuse me. By the way, I've got hay fever, so I'm going to be sniffing quite a lot. But yeah, so working with the energy of Venus will also align you to your inner beauty, but then also it will align you to the beauty of others, and it will attract this energy of abundance as well. I would say like small blessings come into play with Venus, because it's always about the small things that make things beautiful. It's not just about bam, that's it. You know, it's all the intricate, the detail, the small things in life that make the upgoing, you know? And if you're confused and you want to like simplify it, I would just say work with the element of water, then work with a spirit or goddess that represents Venus, and then you can work with the actual planet itself, the whole thing. Then you want to invoke that planet by doing the invocation. You want to do the lesser banishing ritual, and then you want to do the invocation ritual. Either or, but you just want to make sure you clear away any energies after, because you don't want to be in an energy of stagnancy. And then see how you feel. I would say goddess worship is great, because you not just are calling in an energy to feel that energy, you're also being protected by a goddess that is a ruling, you know, she's the queen of that energy, you know. So working with a goddess definitely will amplify but also protect you from malicious energies, because there's you know, evil things that will also be attracted to you, and you need to make sure that you're safe. You know, protection as well. Protection first. Like you don't just have sex and then you just don't protect yourself. Like you literally make sure everything's good, and if you don't, then I'm sorry, but like you need to make sure you're protected, because you don't want to be getting anyone else's bad juju. So yeah, and also guys, don't be afraid to ask me any questions in the comments, like about anything. It doesn't even have to be about this topic, it could literally be about anything spiritual. And I just can't wait for like all of us to go on this journey separately, individually, to be able to expand ourselves and learn more about our inner selves than we ever knew, because that's also another thing that happens when you not just work with Venus, but you work with energy. You unlock parts of yourself that you've never felt before. And I could say from my own experience, working with Venus has been the most transformative energy that I've ever experienced in terms of the way I perceive myself, because, you know, I wasn't always, you know, someone that people would just call beautiful. I'm coming from a place where I would be deemed ugly. And bear in mind, like, not that I mean, I fell into it when I was younger, but when I look back, I'm like, oh god, that was so powerful, because now, look at me. So, but not to, that was my Leo rising coming out, whoa. But no, not just to say that it's all about the physical looks, because it actually isn't. It's really about how you feel and how you perceive yourself, and like tweaking and like adjusting like the more mental, because it is all mental. Like I was saying in the other video that you couldn't really hear me in, but I was saying that working with like elements and using like physical, like for example, like getting water, right? So you've got your water, like you could easily just like pray, like let me put it down, but you can still hear me, guys. So you get the water and then you just say a prayer. Oh powerful energies of Venus, may you align with me. May you guide me and protect me through this water. May you bless this water with your sacred energy and protect me from all harm's way, internally and physically, spiritually, energetically. Ashe, thank you. Energies of the universe, thank you. Oh power of Venus, thank you for protecting me. Thank you for calling to me. And I really, really appreciate it. Ashe! Okay, so obviously I just made that up right now, but it's just like, it's that simple. Like you don't necessarily have to, it doesn't have to be this big thing and it all has to be like, do you know what I mean? Because I went into that, bear in mind there's nothing wrong with that, because the amount of energy you put in will come back. So if you're putting all of this energy and all of this stuff, like it's gonna come back to you, babe, like as big as you put it out. But I've been focusing more on like the simplicity, the cleanest way, like the most really and truly practical way of me being able to implement spirituality into my life, because it's a lifestyle. It's not a religion, it's a choice. And well, I say a choice, but anyway, I would just say there are easier ways of handling with this energy. You don't necessarily have to do the colors, the numbers, the goddess, the gods. Like you don't have to do that if you don't feel aligned to that. But there's nothing stopping you with connecting to the planet Venus, the Venus that is literally in our world, you know, and is vibrating in energy. And I believe today there's something to do with Venus with the pink moon, but I'm not too sure. I need to actually look into that. But yes, I would say like overall, focusing on like the pure simplistic ideas of what Venus will bring you, what Venus will give you, because we all have Venus within us. It's in our astral chart, it's in our DNA. We have ancestors that worked with Venus. We have people that probably come from Venus that are, you know, on this planet Earth. I would say I'm one of those, because I'm very heavily aligned with Venus energy. And also like I would say like what's that energy, Sagittarius. So like I feel very like gold, like I'm a very, like, even though I wear quite a lot of silver, my essence is quite gold. But yeah, so like, let's say you want to work with a goddess and it's more, you want to like make sure that it resonates. You don't want to be working with like a malevolent being. You want to work with something that's more benevolent. Then I would say working with a spirit or a goddess that is actually in your ancestryhood, in your family tree, you know. So for example, I'm Nigerian and I'm also Goan, so I could work with the spirits of Goa, but I could also work with the Orisha, and also I can work with the Fae because I'm part Irish. So I'm part Irish and I'm part Welsh. I've got all the Celtic things, so that's why I'm a bit like, woo! But no. I would say that just work with something that you know from your bloodline is connected. You don't want to be working with something that is external, because that's what a lot of people do. You can. There's nothing wrong with working something that is not part of your lineage. That is completely fine, because if you're being called by a goddess, by an actual spiritual being, by an energy that has a Akashic, you know, ancient energy, and it's coming to you, then babe, go for it. Go for it. However, me going through that as well, I've realized that working with something that is more and like older, and like you have to be careful in terms of yourself, like your being in your vessel, because you don't want to be receiving energies and false contracts that don't serve you. Because if you invoke this energy, remember, it's what other people are going to be gravitated towards you. So you want to make sure it's somewhere in your home, somewhere in motherland, somewhere that you can safely say that you're part of without feeling, you know, that you're intruding and you're making a big mistake. Obviously you wouldn't be, but you just you want to make sure that you are mentally in the most comfortable space, because it's all mental as well. Hence why I don't do like the big, well, I say big, but hence why I don't do the physical things, because it's still big, but it's just not physically big. Do you know what I mean? So like, I would say yes. And yeah, guys, honestly, please don't be afraid to comment anything that you want. You know, it's great to ask questions. This is part of the journey itself. You have to ask questions. If you don't ask questions, you're not going to learn anything. Like, you're not, because if you like, let's say you're watching this video and you're like, you know, you've got in like, you understand, but you're still a bit confused. Like, instead of like rejecting, protect yourself and be like, no, generally what this person's saying on the camera is real, but how do I tap into it? I have no idea. I don't know where to start, and I won't know how you will feel unless if you tell me. This is why I'm making these videos, because I'm making it so people can feel the synchronicity, feel the resonance, feel the energy of being able to tap into things that are not a part of us. Well, no, I take that back. They are part of us, but they sometimes feel so far away that it's like, oh my god, it's external, but it isn't. It's internal. So it's like, you are the gift. You are Venus. You know, you have parts of you that are generally Venus. You have astrological parts. You have body parts that are of Venus. So why not tap into that energy even more and activate it? Also with, you know, it's not just Venus, it's the other planets. I'm just talking about Venus today because it's the day of Venus, the day of Friday. So Monday, the day of the moon, Tuesday, the day of Mars, Wednesday, the day of Mercury, Thursday, the day of Jupiter, Friday, the day of Venus, Saturday, the day of Saturn, and Sunday, the day of the sun. So that's why I'm talking about Venus today, because it is, the energy is aligning with Venus, and I want to be making sure for myself, guys, for myself, that I'm doing the right things as well. I don't want to be talking about an energy that doesn't align on the actual day. No, who wants to do that? Why would you? It's like doing, like, would you revise maths if you were in a English class? No, you would be revising English, and then if you had any homework of English, you would revise the English in the English class. Hello? But like, just please, I would say try. If you don't want to, then that's completely fine, babe. But I know that the people I attract, and I know the people I'll attract in the future, will look back at this and they'll be like, I want to work with the planet Venus, and I don't know how. So, working with Venus, colours, numbers, things that correspond, like herbs, energies, beauty. So anything that corresponds with beauty is Venus. Any cosmetic is Venus. Anything you deem as beautiful is Venus. It has some sort of counterpart of Venus. Your astrological chart, check what planets check what your star sign is in the planet of Venus, but then you can also check for star signs that correspond with Venus, which is Taurus and Libra. Yeah, Taurus and Libra. And then you can just be like, oh my god, I have Taurus in this place, I have Libra in this place. I could be wrong about Libra, it could be Virgo, but I always get confused with those two for some reason. But like, yeah, you could just say, like, you could just be like, wow, I actually have Taurus in my 5th house, I have Taurus in my sun. So does that mean? Yes, it does, babe. It means that you have Venus in that placement. Regardless, like, let's say you have Venus in your Scorpio, so you're like, Venus in your Scorpio, girl. Sorry, I was referring to what my planet is. So I have Moon in Scorpio, so obviously that wouldn't mean I have Venus in my moon. But if you had Taurus in your moon, then that means you have a Venus counterpart in your placement. So yeah, you can check through like your birth chart, you can check through your ancestry as well to see if anyone from your ancestry is working with Venus, if there's any deities that even correspond with Venus. Pretty sure there would be. There's this one student of mine and she works with the goddess Anahita. I don't know if she's still working with it now. She should be. I hope so. But like, because that's from her culture, which is Persian. So yeah, so like that is a Venus energy. So but it doesn't deliberately say she's part of Venus. You guys need to use your own common sense and use your own discernment and see if does these elements add up to Venus, because you could obviously be looking at a goddess that has no sort of correspondence to Venus, and then when you invoke or pray to the girl, she's gonna be like, girl, this ain't what I do, babe. So, you know, but yeah, sorry, my nose got so blocked all of a sudden. Hey, I banish all energies that are trying to stop me from speaking into this video immediately. Thank you, Ashe. But yeah, no, so working with nature, grounding yourself with Mother Earth, green, grounding in grass, being in nature, like, guys, it's all accessible. Everything is accessible. You have no excuse not to even try. If you don't try, you'll never learn, and if you don't ask, you'll never receive. So ask, try, receive, manifest, attract, you know, a law. So like today, full beat of makeup. Do I not look beautiful? I know I do. I don't need the approval, but Venus, the patting on the face, all beauty, beautiful energies. So yeah, I hope you really guys enjoyed this video. If guys, remember, if you have any questions, don't be afraid to ask. Don't, because you've got nothing to lose to ask. You can even ask, oh, what was your favorite thing that you did to work with Venus? Oh, is there anything that can happen if you work with Venus? Guys, you can ask me anything and I'll respond. Like, there's no, like, don't be afraid, girls and ghouls. And also, don't be afraid to share the video if people actually want to know. If you know anyone that also wants to learn about Venus, girl, you better, JK. No, I'm really happy that I have given myself a space to talk about spirituality, because sometimes, guys, in this spiritual community, it's not all love and light, which is fine because it's not supposed to be. Like, that's the duality of things. But as a collective, I'm realizing that there is other collectives. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna put into the pendulum, because I know my collective, we are Gucci, we are Fenty, we are Prada, we are Chanel. So yeah, I'm hoping that the next time I post a video, I need to remind myself is I'm gonna actually try and lead it with tarot cards, and you guys can like look at the tarot cards, because I know there's YouTube videos of pick and choose a tarot. So I mean, I wouldn't mind doing that, but like, no, but just for like consistency for myself, I would get 3 cards, and then I'll talk about the 3 cards, and then collective reading, and then we can see where the energies take us. So yeah, I would like to say thank you so much for watching this YouTube video. Thank you so much for listening, hearing, and receiving. I hope that all of you have a lovely Friday, or whenever you watch this timeless video, because we are timeless. So but yes, thank you so much guys for watching, and I can't wait to see you for the next ride. Also, I was looking at my videos and I was looking from the beginning to the end, and oh my god, it's so funny to watch myself like grow. Because there was a point where I would literally just look at the camera, I'll be like, I don't know what to say, I don't know what to say, but I know what to say now. Maybe we'll meet at a car, or drive a funky car. Maybe we'll meet at a club. I felt so deeply in love. Can you tell me I'm the one? And we'll have so much fun. Maybe we got dreams. Maybe. So yeah. Also. Awesome. Okay, right, I'm having a lot of fun right now. So, yeah, I'm going out tonight, guys. So, I'm going out tonight. Kisses, hooses, coopses, deuces. So, yeah, can't wait to see everyone. I'm going to be basically seeing my favourite artist perform. So, I can't wait for that. So, yes, I hope all of you guys have a lovely afternoon, lovely weekend, lovely morning, all of that stuff. I've already said that, but still. And I'm so grateful if you watch to the end of this video, and I hope that you have a wonderful Venus day. As I said before, working with Venus is not that hard, babe. You have everything accessible to you. The colour green, the numbers, the charts, the beauty, all of that is all accessible to you, babe. It's just whether or not you want to tap into it. So, unlock your goddess self, all gods, because we don't discriminate, divine feminines and divine masculines. But where are the divine masculines, girl? Because I know they're here, I can feel them, but I just need to see them. Like, generally, like, guys, I need to see you, because right now it's getting a bit dry. So, so yes, thank you so much for watching. Bye, guys. Ashe away.